Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. Today is September 23rd, 2024. I believe it's 23rd, or is it the 24th? Let's see. 23rd. Just chilling here with my co-host, Lammy Chillmeister. Yesterday, I did an interview with Miss McGillicuddy. We are still working on it because the interview was like 3 hours long, I think. So my wife edited the video, edited the podcast. We got it edited. It's in the process of like saving and downloading. I don't know. 3 hours, it takes a while. So yeah. It might not come out today. It'll probably come out hopefully sometime tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get it out. But she bought me a necklace with a crystal in it. So that was nice of her. My wife, not Miss McGillicuddy. Yeah, supposedly it protects against like spiritual attack. Witchcraft, like if someone's doing spells against you, bad energy, shit like that. So, and it's black too. I love black. It looks cool as fuck. I don't know. I'm an occultist, so I'm into like crystals and occult items and all that witchy stuff. But I mean, as far as updated, I had a lot of fun yesterday doing that interview. And like I said, anyone's welcome to do interviews with me. Just hit me up in my email. If you're watching on YouTube, you should be able to find the email information in my channel description and stuff. Just hit me up. I'll talk about anything. I had a guy wanting to debate me on what's the point of voting. Hey, if you want to debate too, that's cool. I'll debate with you. As long as you're cool and not cussing me out or something crazy, because then I'll just go, well, that debate's over. Click, you know. Yeah. Hit me up. It's an open invitation to anyone. We'll talk about anything. And it don't even have to be conspiracy. If you want to come on there and talk about, I don't give a fuck, fucking Pokemon cards, I will talk about anything except for sports. That's the only thing that I won't talk about. But let's get on with the show. First subject. I was watching Alex Stein 99 on the grind all the time, pimp on a blimp. And he had on Alex Jones. Awesome fucking interview. I love the way that Alex interviews. It literally it felt like I was watching like Pee-wee's Playhouse. And like at one point he had one of his underlings, one of his workers, come out in a frog suit with a jug of water that said, you know, gay water. And they ended up splashing Alex Jones with it. Then at one point, Alex Stein brings out this little diagram of Twin Towers and Building 7 and has Alex Jones throw a plane at it, a toy plane, trying to knock down the fucking tower, see if he can knock down all three with one plane. I don't know. It was hilarious. It was an awesome interview. So go check it out. If you've never heard of him before, tell him who sent you, you know. But anyways, during the interview, Alex said that October 24th, Infowars is going up for sale. Not gonna lie, dude, I wish I was fucking rich, man. I would buy Infowars and just continue to podcast like I do, under the Infowars banner. It would be an honor. And it does make me curious, like, Alex is in the hole, obviously. He needs money. They've been trying to shut down Infowars, so I think he's just finally, like, selling it. He's been wanting to retire for a while. I watched an interview. This was several years ago. And he was on Joe Rogan. And I think it was episode 911, actually. And he was talking about retiring then. And so that was 2-3 years ago. And he even said, like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm tired, you know. And he admitted, he's like, dude, I drink a lot. It's stressful. I'm smoking cigarettes again. Which cigarettes and talk radio go hand in hand anyways. But definitely when you're diving, and I'm not saying like, woe is me, but diving into this shit every day can start to wear you down, man. That's why I always say, dude, you gotta, like, when you get home, like, because back when we were allowed to have headphones at work, I used to just sit here and listen to conspiracy podcasts for a whole shift, 8 hours a day, man. And it would give me content, you know, let me know what's going on in the world. But when I would get home from work, I would blue pill. I would put on, like, I don't know, silly shit on YouTube and go to sleep to it, you know. But you've got to give yourself that break. And it can wear you out. It can make you very black-pilled, very jaded, very nihilistic. So, yeah, he was like, dude, I'm struggling with alcohol. I'm fucking smoking again. I'm tired. I feel like shit. I'm old, you know, and was basically years ago saying he was wanting to retire, but the only reason he wasn't is because he felt like, dude, we're battling the forces of evil, and he felt like it was still a duty, you know. And I don't know, I feel the same way with my channel. Like, we are in a spiritual battle. We are fighting the forces of evil, I feel. And I feel like, look, I am lucky enough to be born in America, and I have a First Amendment right, and I'm going to use it. If you have a First Amendment right and you're not using it, like, to me, what's the point in having that constitutional right, you know? And I get it. Some people are shy. Some people feel like they don't know what to say, but Miss McGillicuddy, we were talking yesterday. She's wanting to start a podcast. I'm like, dude, do it. Like, we need more. And you'll hear podcasters putting down other people like, we don't need more podcasts. Like, I wish people would stop making podcasts. Like, fuck you, dude. What gives you the right that you can have a podcast, you can have fun doing it? Because it is fun. I love podcasting. That's why I do it every day. I'm a chatterbox, you know. But I hate when I hear that, like, oh, the market for podcasts is oversaturated. Like, no, I'm sorry. To me, I think the opposite. I think there's not enough podcasts. And as long as you have, like, a quirky theme, a good subject to talk about, like, here's a good example. Me and my wife, we went on a road trip. I'm trying to remember where we were fucking going. I don't know. It was like a state or two states away. Oh, Alligator Mound. That's where we were going. We went to Alligator Mound. I might have made a video with photos and pictures and shit about it. I don't know. Go check it out. I know we went to Serpent Mound too. I've been there. It's kind of like, I'm Native American, so it's kind of like a pilgrimage for me. But the rule is in our family, our car, whoever's driving gets to listen to whatever they want. So I drove up there and I was listening to, I don't even remember. I was listening to whatever I wanted to listen to. So on the way back, you know, I had a couple drinks at a restaurant and I was like, you can drive now, you know? And we usually do that. Like, usually on vacation, as long as I'm not going out to eat and having a couple drinks, like, I will literally drive the whole vacation. Because I've been in car wrecks and shit, and I get real nervous when other people drive. So, like, especially if I'm sleeping, like, every little bump, I'm like, you know? But, there was, on the way back, she was listening to her podcast, and she was literally listening to a podcast about Betty Crocker, and I was, like, miserable. I was like, dude, this is fucking horrible. Like, how can you listen to this shit? Like, the history of Betty Crocker, come on, dude. But, at the same time, I'm like, hey, it makes you happy, it makes her happy, she's interested in it. And it showed me that, like, dude, you can podcast about anything and people will love it, man. I mean, I'm sure there's a podcast out there about Christmas, you know, like, here's some tips for putting up your Christmas tree, and, you know, you can podcast about anything. People have asked me before, like, do you ever run out of shit to talk about? Like, how do you podcast every single day? There can't be that much going on in the world. And it's like, the world, in the words of Sam Tripoli, like, every movie is going on all at once, I feel like, you know? And he's right, dude. Every other day there's something crazy to talk about. Like, Miss McGillicuddy brought up that there's 2 moons right now. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to look into that, man. Like, I might even talk about it on the podcast of why the fuck is there 2 moons right now? What the fuck does that mean? It's crazy shit. But, yeah. I guess one point that I'm curious about with Infowars going up for sale is who's going to buy it. I have no theories on who could buy it, who would buy it. But, I wonder if whoever buys it will still have Alex Jones on there as, like a guest, or maybe Alex Jones will still have segments and shit. I'm not sure about Owen Schroeder, because I'm pretty sure he's locked in prison right now. I could be wrong, but I think he's in jail or prison right now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Infowars going up for sale. Next subject. So, this is kind of an older story, but I don't care. It's what I want to talk about. Sitting here talking about people will listen to anything. Either you like it or you don't. It got brought up recently in the news, some story, that 30 years ago, RFK sold cocaine to someone. I don't care. But they're trying to, the media was trying to use it against RFK to make him look bad. Here's something. I listened to a lot of interviews with RFK because I fucking love RFK. I was going to vote for him when he was running for president. He's endorsing Trump now. He's backing out of battleground states ballots. He's still on the ballot, like, all over except for, like, battleground states, because he's endorsing Trump and wants Trump to win. But I listened to a lot of RFK interviews, and I still do, because I love RFK. I've always been a huge fan of the Kennedys. Speak of the devil, yesterday, that interview I did with Miss McGillicuddy, she is the offspring of Robert DeBruce, and, which ties into, like, the Kennedy bloodline, Kennedy family, so, in a way, she's related to the Kennedys. Pretty fucking cool. But, yeah, they brought up, well, RFK sold cocaine 30 years ago to someone. And listening to interviews with RFK, he has openly admitted that he is a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. And he used to do heroin. So it's like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he sold cocaine to someone 30 years ago. I mean, he was a drug user. He was a party animal. He even said that. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure he's probably in Sex Addicts Anonymous too, because he was a fucking horn dog. And if you know anything about the Kennedys, they're all like that. I mean, JFK's sister way back in the day, Joe Kennedy, the father, sent her to a fucking mental home because she was sexually promiscuous. And this was back then when it's like, oh, your daughter's, quite frankly, your daughter's a whore. Oh, that means she's mentally ill. Let's lock her up. And poor thing, Joe Kennedy signed off to give her a fucking lobotomy. So a lot of people don't know this, man. Like, JFK's sister had a lobotomy at, like, I think it was like 14 years old or something, 15, maybe 16. Like, just because she spread her legs too much. Sad shit, man. Like, look, I have a daughter, man. Would I want my daughter to be, quite frankly, like a whore? No. That would make me very sad. I believe that sex is sacred, you know. But you also got to think, man, kids and teenagers, they're gonna get wild and do weird shit, you know. I remember I was doing weird shit, like, in fucking high school, you know. I was a late bloomer, technically, because down in Florida, man, I tell people what was going on in Florida, and they're like, what? Like, I don't know what they're putting in the water down in Florida, but, like, kids are, like, 10 times more sexually active than here in Kentucky. I was never single in fucking Florida. Like, I always had a girlfriend. Girls would come up to me and ask me out, which is, when I moved to Kentucky, like, I started having problems dating, because I don't know what it is about Kentucky, man. Like, just nobody has, like, sex drives around here, dude. It's fucking crazy. Luckily, I'm married now to someone who's a freak, you know. So I'm all good in that department, but I mean, kids down in Florida, like, I remember being in middle school and kids talking about having anal sex in fucking middle school, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? And hang on just a second. But I mean, I was doing weird shit, like, in high school, like fingering buttholes and fucking, yeah, crazy shit. Where am I going with this? Oh, being sexually promiscuous. But yeah, the Kennedys struggle with sexual promiscuity. I think I got it. I mean, there's the stories that RFK, the father, senior, RFK and JFK were, like, having threesomes with Marilyn Monroe, which, to me, is fucking disgusting. Like, I could not imagine. Okay, I'm not kink shaming about threesomes. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, if I was single and me and my homeboy were hanging out and, like, some chick was like, hey, you know, y'all can share me for the night, like, I ain't gonna lie, I would be fucking cool with it. But not my fucking brother. I would just look at my little brother or older brother and just be like, yeah, you can have her. Like, and I'm not taking sloppy seconds. Like, you're fucking family. That's disgusting. I can't imagine, like, making out with a chick that my brother made out with, or going down on a chick and my brother came inside of her. Like, ugh, that's so fucking nasty. But the Kennedys are wild men and wild women. They've always been like that. And another thing too, like, okay, so you're bringing up that Kennedy sold cocaine to someone 30 years ago. Don't throw stones when you live in glass houses. He without sin cast the first stone. Didn't Barack Obama, wasn't there a guy that came out and said that Barack Obama and him smoked crack together. And the guy said that he allegedly sucked Barack Obama's dick in a limo. So let's bring that up. You want to bring stuff up on my boy Kennedy. Let's bring up that. Also, the presidents of the United States, current president of the United States, his son is a fucking crackhead. Like, smokes crack, fucked up his teeth. We all have seen the videos and images on Hunter Biden's laptop, which they said was a Russian hoax, you know? And it's like, dude, years ago I covered it. You could literally go to a website. It was called like gva.com. It was a Chinese YouTube. And you could watch videos, the Hunter Biden laptop videos, and you could look at the still frames of it and shit. Like, this has been out for years. So that's why when the news was like, oh, the laptop stuff's not real, I'm like, I literally went on gva.com and watched the videos, what was on the laptop of allegedly the Obama's daughters, like, going down on Hunter Biden, one of the daughters. Like, literally, there's a video, allegedly, not literally, I have to say that, there's allegedly a video, and I watched it, of one of the Obama daughters sucking Hunter Biden's dick. There's photos of Hunter Biden putting, like, holding a little girl's hand and the little girl's wearing lingerie. Disgusting shit. And no one brings that up for some reason. Like, I've seen the photos, I've seen the videos. Disgusting shit. There's a video of him having a prostitute literally hanging over the edge of the bed with her neck back, and he's face fucking her. And smoking crack. So, I mean, if we're gonna throw stones, let's talk about both sides, man. Not to mention, Secret Service, I believe it was Secret Service, found a bag of cocaine in the White House. Was it the War Room or the Oval Office or something? Are we gonna talk about that? That they found a bag of cocaine in the fucking White House? Like, first of all, they do tours of the White House, so do I think it was someone dropping a bag of cocaine on accident in the White House? No. I've went to concerts, I've went to special events. Fuck, I go and get my license changed at the courthouse, and I have to go through a metal detector, and I have to, because I always carry a switchblade on me, I'm like, oh shit, did I bring my fucking knife today? You're telling me that somebody went on a tour and brought cocaine into the White House? No. It had to have been, like, I suspect Hunter bringing cocaine into the White House. It would not surprise me either if it was fucking Joe Biden's cocaine. Like, the president of the United States could get whatever he wants. I mean, Obama ordered, what, like $10,000 worth of hot dogs, you know? You can get whatever the fuck you want. Let's just say it, you're king of America. When you are president, you are king of America, dude. You could get whatever drug you want. You could get whatever woman you want. If you want a kid, I'm sure you could get a kid. I mean, James Alefantis was visiting the White House with pieces of art. And a lot of people don't know this, but there's a loophole when you go into the White House. One of the things that doesn't get searched is pieces of art. So you can just basically smuggle in whatever you want on a truck with a crate, as long as you say it's art, into the White House. Now, what was James Alefantis smuggling in? Children, allegedly? Drugs, allegedly? Pornography, certain types of pornography, allegedly? What were they smuggling in to the White House? This is the type of shit, I go deep, homeboy. Yeah, whose bag of cocaine was that? That and another thing too, like, I'm not like pro or against cocaine. I've never used it. I ain't gonna lie, I've always wanted to use it. But I'm scared to try it because I know that I would love cocaine. And I know what it does to women. I know what it does to men. Like, I would fucking love cocaine. That's why I've never tried it, because I knew that I would fucking love it. And I would literally spend all my fucking money, hard-earned money, on cocaine. Like, I would just fucking love cocaine. I see what it does to people, and I'm like, oh, that looks so good. That's gotta be awesome, dude. Because I used to do speed and shit, man. I used to do uppers like Robitussin, stay up for 2 or 3 days. I love Adderall. I can't remember if I ever did Vyvanse. But I love that speed feeling. And as a podcaster, if I could get my hands on Adderall, dude, I could do like 10 podcasts in one fucking day in 24 hours, you know? Like, so I know how dangerous that shit could be. But dude, Joe Biden is a fucking zombie, man. So it would not surprise me if before speeches, before he's on camera, before debates, why wouldn't they put him on fucking cocaine or Adderall or some form of speed? I mean, and it's the White House. Like I said, they could get like shit that we can't get, man. You know? I don't know what they got, but they could get good shit, man, that we couldn't get as the average person. So people bashing on the media, specifically bashing on RFK selling cocaine 30 years ago. He's already admitted he was a drug addict. He's already admitted he had problems with sex. Why does it matter? Who cares? It's nothing new. It's not news. You're supposed to be news, and technically it's not fucking news. Like, we all know he was a wild man. He's admitted it. Who gives a fuck? Alright. Let's honestly, man, because I always try to keep it 30 minutes. We'll just do a double feature today, those two stories. And we'll just do some small talk till we hit the 30-minute mark, because I don't care. We're so close to 30 minutes, I'm like, fuck it. Let's not get into another story. Ooh, it's hot today. So how have you all been? Hit me up in the comments, let me know. It's raining here in Kentucky. Just a rainy day. I love rainy days, I'm not gonna lie. I love working during rainy days. I love chilling at the house during rainy days. As far as updates on the channel, we are almost done with the Leave the World Behind series. We've got like that much of the book left. So we will be starting, I'm going to plug my shit, we will be starting Serpent in the Rainbow next. Read along with commentary and deep dives. It's good timing too, because October's, like, it's getting close to October. And I'm gonna try the best that I can to finish the Leave the World Behind series. So that way, October, we got some Halloween type of stuff. It gets into spirituality, paranormal, but basically Haitian voodoo zombies. True story. These Haitian voodoo priests would, like, apply some sort of poison to their victims, bury them, turn them into, literally, it destroys their brain, turns them into zombies, and they use them as slave labor and stuff. Crazy shit. So look forward to that for Halloween next month. Because usually with the channel, anytime it's October, like the month of October, I usually try to cover, like, scary stuff. Whether it's paranormal. Last year I did a whole series on torture devices, so go check that playlist out. It's in my playlist. I did an entire series on different torture devices, if you're into the macabre and cool shit like that. Like I am. I'm a huge fan of Last Podcast on the Left and horror and true stories and darker shit in life, you know. But yeah, please like, share, and subscribe, and you all have a good day.